Imagine for a second that it's 1985 and you just got Super Mario Bros. For your Nintendo Entertainment System. Immediately, you're captivated, and you can't believe a game like this is possible on a home game console. As games continue to come out, you see more and more possibilities come to light before possibly the most influential game of all time is released.
It's me, Mario!
Super Mario 64. To so many, this game felt incredible. Its 3D environments offered a whole new realm of immersion never before seen at home, and 360 degrees of movement made the 2D games of the past feel limited. Or at least, that's what I've been told. You see, I was born a full 11 years after this landmark title's release, and by then, 3D graphics were old news. Now, many will laud this game as a timeless classic that ages stupendously well, but I think it's time for an unbiased judge, someone who has no nostalgia for the game, to take a look at it. As soon as I'm done running from this angry mob, we'll get right into the backstory of the title. The Super Nintendo Entertainment System had been released in North America in 1991, and while it wasn't powerful enough to handle 3D graphics, games like Star Fox used 3D effects, and Donkey Kong Country used pre-rendered 3D graphics that gave an illusion of 3D models. But these weren't truly rendering models in real time. That would soon change though, as, in 1995, the Sega Saturn and PlayStation released, which promised to provide genuine 3D gameplay. Nintendo, needing more time to perfect their launch titles, was forced to delay their upcoming console into 1996. But they weren't afraid of being tardy to the party. They knew that they had something special on their hands, and, in North America, on September 29, 1996, they released the Nintendo 64, and, with it, 2 launch titles, Pilot Wings 64 and Super Mario 64. While Pilot Wings was well received, there's a reason Mario 64 is the best-selling game on the platform. The game took the linear get to the flagpole and move on to the next level gameplay of its 2D counterparts and expanded it into fewer, far more expansive worlds to explore and collect multiple Power Stars in. Even with the change in formula, people went nuts for this game. Keep in mind, not only was this Nintendo's first attempt at a 3D platformer, this was one of the first 3D platformers to ever exist, and Nintendo still managed to hit out of the park, at least in many ways. For those who don't know, the story of Super Mario 64 is pretty simple. Basically, Princess Peach invites Mario over for cake, Bowser kidnaps Peach, and Mario must collect Power Stars throughout various levels and fight Bowser in order to save her. From my very first experiences with video games, I'd been playing Mario. In fact, Super Mario Galaxy was, I believe, the first game I ever played. For the longest time, I'd heard these grand stories of Mario 64, how it opened up the eyes of many young gamers to beat, how it cured cancer, and, the most outrageous claim, that it was better than Mario Galaxy. Being a stubborn kid, I hated that anybody else would have a different opinion than me, despite the fact I'd never even played Mario 64 before. Years later, I found out that my local GameStop had copies of its remake, Super Mario 64 DS, in stock. I convinced my younger brother to buy it for me. I have no clue how I did it or where he got that money at 7 years old from, but still, I played through and loved the game, all the way up until I found out that you had to collect 100 coins in every stage to get all the stars, and I got so mad that I stopped playing altogether. Finally, after getting a Nintendo Switch for my birthday last year, I ordered Super Mario 3D All-Stars and played the original game, and I even 100%ed it. Now, what do I think about it? First of all, I'm not here to analyze if this was a good game for the time that it came out. This was quite possibly the biggest revolution in video games ever, a game whose roots can still be seen today in modern game mechanics. Instead, I'm wanting to analyze how good of a game it is by today's standards, without nostalgia telling me it's the best game ever. Right off the bat, let's get a big thing out of the way, the graphics. Honestly, as a kid, this game's graphics were the biggest thing that turned me off of it. What was jaw-dropping in 1996 looks pretty bad today. Peach, you doing alright? This sign could say anything. Why does Bowser look like this? Why does Mario look like this? He looks normal in the box. Could they not have made his model a little taller? Okay, never mind. Give me the old Mario model back. And why are the trees always watching me? I understand that's all the console was really capable of, and it can be charming at times, but I feel like 8-bit and 16-bit graphics, which were also products of their time, are a lot more pleasant to look at. In other words, I'd argue that Mario 3 and World both age far better than this game does. Another thing that bothers me about this game is its physics and some of its controls. I'll try tilting the stick in the opposite direction as I'm going, but apparently I still have a bunch of momentum in the original direction and... Or I'll be about to grab onto a ledge and apparently I'm slightly too low and then I'm falling and can't move whatsoever. Maybe modern games are just too forgiving in this respect, but it feels unfair at times. And then there's wall jumping, which just feels weird to me. I'm very used to how it is in newer games, so the fact that you need speed before you can do it, and how you don't slide down the wall, messes me up. Although I wouldn't say it's inherently flawed, more so just something they changed as the games went on. But the wing cap is just annoying to use. Why couldn't they just go 11 years in the future and implement the red star from Galaxy? Then, there's a grand control issue in the game, the camera. You can definitely tell this was a first attempt at a camera system, and even though it was a huge step in the right direction for its time, it's just frustrating nowadays. Then, some of these levels are just downright weird. For the longest time, I couldn't figure out how to get to the top of the mansion in Big Boo's haunt. And why does this star go up here? What is Wet Dry World even supposed to be? How am I supposed to know you can walk up these pillars in Shifting Sandland? And why is Rainbow Ride just the worst? I mean, this game looks terrible, it controls terribly, and... Oh, wait, I got a star. That was actually pretty fun. Oh shoot. In all honesty, this game surprised me with how much fun it was. It looks outdated for sure, but this Mario model is iconic, and I'd be lying if I said it wasn't incredibly charming how stubby he is. The controls feel a little imprecise at times, but I think the only game I've played that rivals how much fun it is to run in a straight line in this game was Mario Odyssey. The variety of moves Mario has at his disposal is incredible. As much as I hate to admit it, it's a strength that this game has over Mario Galaxy. And then this game has some of the most recognizable and fun to explore levels ever. Bob-omb Battlefield, Cool Cool Mountain, Tiny Huge Island, they're incredible. Plus, Peach's Castle is better than any hub world in any of the games that follow. When I got this game in the 3D All-Stars collection, I didn't expect to like it very much, especially with Galaxy right there. But when I truly sat down and started playing the game, the nitpicks washed away. It doesn't look the greatest, the physics can be jank, and the camera is infuriating. But it really doesn't matter that much. The main core of the game is completely solid, and you play games to have a fun experience. What was a technical showcase of its time has lost a lot of its luster, but it is a great time. So what's my final verdict? Do I think this game is life-changing like many seem to insist? Well, no. Do I hate this game? Definitely not. This is a game that, despite its flaws, should be played by everybody, and shares a surprising number of qualities with modern games. With a switch up like that, you may be wondering, wow, is Nintendo threatening to take your Wii for being too critical of Super Mario 64? To answer that, let me hold up this discreet sign indicating that I'm not. But anyway, let me know what you think about this game, or whether you think I'm wrong for saying that Super Mario Galaxy is better than this dumb piece of shit. Dang it.